Live. Oh, it looks really white. Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from, where am I? Palm Springs, California, to try and remember where I was. It was travel day today. It took me 2 hours. I got up this morning. What did we do? We got up this morning, went and put animal into storage, so animals all taken care of, and we're coming on a little earlier tonight so I can take you outside and show you around while it's still daylight. And I think it was 11:30 by the time I got on the road, and that was after I left the campground and filled up Sparkles, because Sparkles needed some go juice. But driving Sparkles today here to Palm Springs, it only took me a couple of hours, so that wasn't too bad, and wasn't even a major hill to go over. So it was nothing like the mountains that we were driving on when we did the big trip. But so we're here in Palm Springs for a couple of nights. Already been for a walk around the place, met some great people already. Went into the family lodge when I was out walking around earlier to find out where everything was. And this gorgeous golden coloured dog came up I have no idea what breed of dog it was, but came up to me. It had a leash on and everything, and just walked on up to me. I put my hand down for it to sniff, and it growled at me a little bit, and the guy said, "Oh, you must have been around cats, because she doesn't like cats." And I'm like, "No, I'm definitely not into cats. I'm more into a dog person." And with that, she stopped growling and started licking my hand. And we stood there for like 15-20 minutes conversing with everybody, and she just stayed at my side giving scratches. And then I went over and had a look around. There was a library there. They've got an exchange library here, which is really cool. So you can go in there, and it's like leave a book, take a book. So leave a book, take a book. They've got a whole range of books in there that people have read over time. Some of them have been read a lot. Some have hardly been read at all. They even have DVDs there as well that you can go over and borrow. But they do ask you to drop those DVDs back off when you're finished with them. But of course, I have my little DVD collection with me, and so I don't need to borrow. And I had a quick look through, and there weren't any titles that stuck out to me as to say, "Oh, you need to read this one, you need to read that one." But had a great time just talking with the other campers there. One of the people there are actually heading off in a few days to Wilderness Lakes. So the activities director was there and was asking me about Wilderness Lakes, what it was like for the girl that was going to be heading there with her family in a few days. And so I was telling them about how I enjoy going to that property. I've been there like 4 or 5 times now. And we got talking about being on the road. And the guy who had the dog, he is a Vietnam vet, and he has been living full time in an RV, forget this, 21 years. And really, really nice guy. Older gentleman. He had this great big white beard, missing a few teeth in the front there, but that was okay. We still had great conversations, and it's been hot. It is a dry heat here, so that's the one where remember, dry heat kills, wet heat makes you miserable. So I have already, where's my water bottle? I'm going outside and need my water bottle. So I've already had 5 of these today. This is my 6th one, and that's including what I drank when I was driving over as well. So the drive over was pretty good, but boy, I tell you, the I-10, that needs some major roadworks. There were areas, and especially on the concrete portion, there were parts where it was concrete. There was parts where there were dips in the road with the concrete, and they had potholes in the potholes. It was really, really bad at times, and I couldn't stay in the right lane, which is where I usually stay because I travel slower than the speed limit that was posted. And so I actually ended up moving over, and I noticed a lot of the truck drivers were moving over into that lane as well. Very few cars and trucks and trailers and stuff were staying in that right lane. It was so bad. It was broken up concrete into divots, and you were hitting those divots really hard. With you just traveling at 60, you were hitting those divots really, really hard. And I was just sort of like, I just got the alignment done and everything on Sparkles so that she's driving beautifully and handling really well. I don't want to screw that up. But yeah, it was really, really bad. And I have to show you, if you didn't see my Facebook post last night, this here, when I was telling you yesterday about how I accidentally took a corner a little too hard yesterday and had the honey go flying out of the cabinet. Well, check this out. this is now, I crocheted this up last night, put it through the door handles, tie it in a bow, and it works perfectly. And didn't really need it today. Although going over some of those divots, I was glad that I had, some of those potholes, I was glad I had that on there. So even though it's still like 90 plus degrees outside, we're going to go outside to give you just a quick look around. We're not going to go wandering too far because it's hot and dry out there, and there's only like 8% humidity outside. So it's really, really dry heat out there right now. But it'll give you some idea of where I am. And I've had the AC on since I got here. Now the campground's split into two halves. If you come in the main gate and the main road, and if you go to the right, all of those sites there are back in and all 50 amps. If you go to the left, they're all pull through. It's got a one-way system through there, through the pull through area, and they're all only 30 amps. Well, for me to knowing what the temperatures were going to be, I need 50 amps so that both units can run. So I decided to do the back end thing. But I'm going to turn you around here so you can see. So we're under the awning here in Sparkles. But as you can see, this camp is pretty much empty right now. Oh, look at the pretty colours over there for the sunset. Yeah, west is over that way. But as you can see, this here is all back in campgrounds. As you can see, some have the picnic tables, some don't. But the really cool part is that it's first come, first served. These are all cabins over here that can be rented. Behind these two campers here is they've got three buildings here which are restrooms. They call them restrooms A, B, and C. This is restroom C. And there's toilets and showers in there and the laundry. And they've got three buildings like that. There's also a tennis court over there that you can play tennis or pickleball on. Over behind this, where are we? Oh, over there is where the dog run is. And then these buildings here are all admin. The one with the lights on over there, that's the rec centre. They actually have 3 different rec rooms here. There's that one there, there's that one there with the lights on there, and then there's one over the other side by the swimming pool and stuff. And yeah, we'll go for a look. It's actually not too bad out here. Oh, here's Sparkles. Hang on. I can't get it to zoom out. Come on, zoom out. Oops. Oh, hello. Let's try this again. If you double tap, it flips. So here's Sparkles on her spot. Now, how do we choose sites? Well, on these back-end sites, they've all got a piece of asphalt here, and they don't want you parking on the asphalt. They want you parking on the dirt. And the asphalt is where you're supposed to park all your vehicles and your tow vehicles and things. And then I think I'm actually a little over here. Oh no, actually quite good. Down at the end there's a little stick in the ground, and that's where the sewer outlet is, and that's the edge of my site. So my site goes from that across to, if you can just see it, the stick right there. And that's the edge of my site, so you can see big sites. All the utilities are at the back of the sites. The reason I didn't choose this one is, and I will show you this quite. So here's the asphalt here. This is where you would park, but that tree would be right where my bedroom comes out. They want you at least 18 inches away from the utility poles at the back. Oh, hang on, I forgot to lock my door. You got to check out this setup here. There's a fifth wheel over here, and he's got like a truck to tow it with. It's awesome. But there's people out here walking their dogs. It's definitely cooled off a lot from what it was earlier. Here's my power and water at the back here, and then the site behind me would plug in there as well. It looks like my water's dripping as per normal. But there's a lot of empty spaces here, which is kind of nice. Got these big tall palm trees, so really no shade whatsoever. But this one is definitely smaller than Wilderness Lakes. They don't have a country store here. They do have swimming pool, they have shuffleboard, they have horseshoes, they have tennis and pickleball. They've got the clubhouse over there where you can get games. They have big activities board, an activities director who works there and does all the games and everything else, and social get-togethers, all that sort of thing. They even have doggy play dates. There's a playground over there. These here are more cabins for renting. And just where this van is coming from, you can see the red roof through there. That's the ranger's hut. So, yeah, once you've checked in, you then put your number on a piece of paper and walk it over to the ranger's hut. So this is where I am for the next 2 nights. I've already been out for a mile-long walk today since I got here. Probably why I'm sucking on the water so much. Dry heat, everything else. You see a beautiful evening, gorgeous evening here. It's actually definitely cooler. It was like 96 when I arrived. But this here is the ranger station. This is where you come in. And everything over there is all pull-through. And on the pull-throughs, you pull in on the asphalt. So you're actually parking. I'm going to go for a walk down this way. That's where the swimming pool is over there. And another one of their rec rooms. They have 3 different rec rooms. There's the family rec room, the admin rec room, and the pool rec room. So these here are all pull-through sites where you go on the other side and pull in. And it's a one-way street. This is a 2-way street. All of the sites, these are all the back-in sites over this way. Pretty colours in the sky tonight. There's another restroom block that'll have restrooms in there and laundry. Yeah, this is an empty pull-through site, but it's only 30 amps. And I need 50 to run both ACs, and knowing the heat, that was my decision. And we're going to walk through. This is one of the back-in sites. This wouldn't have been too bad, but it was on the main drag. So the main drag is 2-way. The pull-through sites are all on one-way street system. And then the back-in sites, where I am, there's sparkles over there, are all 2-way streets. So, yeah, can you imagine this place? It'll get a little busier towards Christmas and stuff, with more people and stuff coming in. But gorgeous. Oh, look, there's the moon. Look at that. And there's sparkles again. So, great campground. Again, that ruggedness about it. It's dirt. Oh, and I found little red ants earlier too, so I guess they're fire ants, so we won't bother them. But here's Sparkles back with her again. So this is where I'm going to be for a couple of nights. And yeah, so as you can see, I've got plenty of room to put both slides out, have the awning out. And the only thing is that the table is not under the cover of the awning, which is, what's the temp there tonight? Okay, Jason, the temp currently is, just sat down at the table. The temperature here is currently 92. It was 96 when I arrived. It's meant to get to a low of like 70, 72, I think it is. So for those of you back in New Zealand, we're in the 30s right now. And we're meant to get down into the high teens, low 20s for overnight temperature. Although I think I might have, something like that. So yeah, it's pretty warm here. Although this is actually really, really nice considering how bad it was earlier today when I arrived. When I got here at 1:30, it was hot. And yet I went for a mile-long walk because I wanted to get an idea of where everything was. And so I went for a walk over at the rec centre, met some great people, met a great dog, got lots of scratches in. Definitely need the water. 5 bottles of these done so far today, just in the drive and the heat. And it's still pretty dry out here and getting the thirst back up again. So like I said, I've already had 5 of these and I still don't feel like I'm hydrated. My skin is all itchy and feeling dry, and yeah, I gotta suck down some more water, then I'll be up all night. But anyway, that's it. This is where I am. Like I said, for the next couple of nights, tomorrow being Sunday, I'm probably going to relax, although I might actually do laundry. I was supposed to do laundry a couple of days ago and didn't get around to it. And I was thinking of doing laundry tonight, but I'm sort of like, nah. And Sunday's usually my day off, and I was sort of like, but I really do need to do laundry. So I'll probably run over first thing in the morning and get the laundry out of the way before the day gets too hot. I will pull out my little pink wagon, throw the laundry in that, and take it over to the laundromat and get that done then. So yeah, it's going to be a nice couple of days here. I've kind of thinking get laundry done first thing in the morning, and then I have an urge to write. So I'm probably going to do some writing tonight and get some writing done tomorrow, and then work on my schedule for throughout the week, putting my travel days into the calendar along with stuff that I need to do, projects I'm working on and that sort of stuff. So I may do some planning tomorrow, because sometimes I will do that on Sunday instead of Monday morning, and since I'm driving on Monday, I'll probably have to do it tomorrow. But Monday's drive will be, I think it's 2.5 hours from here. So, and that will put me just inside Arizona. I'm going off at exit 1 in Arizona on the 10. So, like I said, just inside Arizona. So on Monday I hit Arizona and we'll be there for a while. But anyway, that's it from me for tonight. I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'll let you know how my day was then. And who knows? We shall see. I'm looking forward to this adventure. Although I was glad when I got off the broken concrete roads, because that was bad. That was so bad. Once we hit the asphalt, it was a lot smoother. Still a little rough in places, but definitely smoother than that broken concrete of I-10 when we were in Beaumont and whatever comes after Beaumont before we got to the asphalt. So my tires actually did well. So thank you for asking. The tire worked brilliantly, especially going over those really bad broken concrete areas. I didn't have to, the cupboards never even looked like they came open at all. Nothing in the cupboards moved. So that was good. I packed my cupboards properly. And then my new tires still a little shaky, and they were still shaky in some areas. But on that broken concrete, I mean, I slowed down to do 40, and I still felt like I was slamming into those holes that were on the roads and stuff. So, yeah, those roads were pretty bad. But, and 40, I don't get the shimmy in the steering. It's at 50, I get the shimmy in the steering. It's really bad between 50 and 55, and then it eases off. But, yeah, it was a good day. It was a good drive, apart from the broken concrete on the roads. Anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hekonera.